Hi everyone, welcome back. So we have a new client. This is going to be a full Gel X extension set, and I do use a rubber base gel on top. Such a beautiful, like milky pink. It's stunning. I normally go in with a builder gel. But I didn't have like a really nice colour that I liked, so I just chose, well, my client did. I just got out my rubber base gels that I've never used. And honestly, they're stunning colours. So I decided to use that on top because she wanted a natural kind of pinky colour. So we chose that one. So I've pushed back her cuticles, and then I'm going in as always. My prep and everything is always the same. So I'm going in with my drill. What's it called? It's not a drill. Cuticle bit. I'm so daft. Going in with my cuticle bit on around about 4,000 RPM. I go between 3 and 4, going down the left hand side of each finger first, and then I go down on the right hand side of each finger afterward, just to make it easier so I don't have to constantly be going reverse and forward all the time. So once I've done all of that, I then go in with my sanding band, 240 grit, nothing too strong. I know some people use 180 grit on the natural nail, but personally I don't think they need it. I just think that's too much of a high grit. So yeah, I use 240 grit, which is actually for your natural nails. The sanding band is a mini sanding band as well. I just get a pack from Amazon. Absolutely amazing. I freaking love them. They're like my favourite. Who gets excited over mini sanding bands? Is it just me, or am I just like a weirdo? So once that's all done, I then dust off the nails, and I go in with my dehydrator, which is Model Ones, and then I go in with the primer, which is also Model Ones. It is a pack from Amazon, but I'm sure you can probably get them separately if that's what you would prefer. I think they're literally about £7 or £8. This has lasted me so long, these ones, considering how many clients I do actually get. I haven't had to buy a new one yet. Yeah, I absolutely love them. And then I'm using the soft gel tips. So if you're doing Gel X, use soft gel tips. I do actually want to get a proper Gel X kit, but they're like over £100 for the kit. Just because I've seen, apparently they're like the best you can buy, but my Gel X that I charge for my clients is like £30, and I don't know if spending over £100 on a kit, because I just don't want to have to put my prices up to like, I don't know, £50 or whatever, because I always worry that my clients might be like, oh, it's too much money, because a lot of people don't understand, your overheads and the quality of the items that you're using. Unless you're a nail tech, you're just not going to know stuff like that. So I don't want my clients to be like, oh, she's upped her prices by like £20. Can somebody tell me, if you use the proper Gel X extension system, is it any good? What's their nail tips like? So anyway, back to this gorgeous set. I sized up all the nails from sidewall to sidewall. If it's too small and the next size up is too big, I always go for the bigger one and just file it to the correct size. You don't want to be forcing down a nail tip. You just don't want to. It's going to pinch your client's nail bed or your own nail bed, and trust me, you will feel that. It's so painful. I've done it to myself. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I've done. As you can see, I did put this one on slightly wonky, but I do file it because I cut the nails down anyway, and I do file it back to straight. So I'm using Model One's nail glue gel, which is for extensions. Used this for over a year. Really freaking good. Okay, it is really good. I swear by it. I have been told you can use builder gel as well instead, but I don't want to risk that. I don't want to risk it doing a client's nails and then be like, oh yeah, a day or two later they've all come off. So is anybody else used builder gel instead of like a nail glue gel? Let me know. So I flash cure these, and I just put the tiniest bit in. on the nail, and then you can't see on this one, I'm sorry, and then I just focus it towards the cuticle and then push down, and that pushes the gel to the free edge of the natural nail and takes out any bubbles. Thumbs I always struggle with because my clients never put their hands correct, and I always get worried about like moving them too much, so sometimes the gel goes a little bit sideways and I have to file it all out afterwards. So they've been fully cured in the big LED lamp for 60 seconds. Just made sure I've done a full cure, and then I've cut them down. I've done them quite short, but not that short, because she wanted almond, but with almond you do need that little bit of length to be able to make that shape. So this time I didn't cut the sides of the nails, because the last few times that I've done that, I've ended up over filing and it was a hot mess from the side angle. So this time I just went straight in, cut the nails down, and then went in with my file. I didn't go in with my scissors and cut the sides of the nail to make it just less work when I'm filing like this. I literally just cut the tip of the nail and then went in with my file, and it worked perfectly. So this is what I'm just going to do from now on, because I didn't over file anything, and they looked really good from the side angle. And this is how I used to do it all the time, but then I seen somebody else cut the sides of the nail. They cut them down and then they got scissors, and then they cut the side of the nails with scissors to bring them in more like a coffin shape, and then they just shape them up into an almond, because apparently doing that it makes it a lot quicker. And then I tried doing it, and honestly the last few times that I've done it I've over filed, but that's from where I've cut the sides of the nail with my scissors, and then I've ended up over cutting basically. So don't do that, okay? Just cut down the free edge and then go in with your scissors, with your file, not your scissors. Honestly, it's so much easier to do it like that, and that way you know you're not going to accidentally over file anything, because I had to rebalance everything as best as I could with rubber-based gel, which took ages. So I just file all of this, and then I go in with my fine drill bit around the cuticles, just sealing everything in. And I also go in with acetone around the cuticles just to melt everything so it's all nice and flush. And then I buff over the whole nail. That way I just don't have to use base coat. I just buff. As long as you've got like a kind of, you've took all that shine away, you don't have to use a base coat. If it's on your natural nails, I would recommend doing that. Yeah, and then we go in with the rubber base, and honestly the colour is stunning. So I'll let you watch this and I'll be back. So now I'm going in with my rubber-based gel. I've not used rubber-based gel before. I know it's pretty much the same as Builder Gel, but it's not as strong. But honestly, this is really good stuff. So to me, the consistency was exactly the same. And it was just a gorgeous colour. And I've never used these rubber-based gels before, so I thought let's just start using them. So I do this exactly the same as I do Builder Gel. I put down a slip layer first, and then I do a bead because it is the same consistency. And that's how I do it. I do exactly the same, and then I go in with my fine liner brush to go around like the cuticle and the side walls, and then I flash cure in between each nail. And once they're all done, then I go in with my big lamp and cure for 60 seconds. So as you can see, I was just doing a slip layer, and then I do a bead, and I kind of push it up towards the cuticle, not touching it, and then I bring it down towards the free edge. I didn't have a big enough bead on that one, so I was just doing it again. As you can see, I'm just bringing it down to the free edge. You want it thinner towards the free edge. You don't want like it to be ridiculously fat. So focus majority of it towards the cuticle area. That's where the apex and the strength is, around the top area of the nail. So I'll let you watch this and I'll be back. So that's all been fully cured for 60 seconds, and then I go in with acetone just to wipe off that inhibition layer, and then I use my, I think 180 side just to refine just around the shape, around the free edge and over the top of the nail, just to smooth it all out so it's nice and smooth. You don't want any kind of lumps or dips mainly. They don't really need it, but I always do this just for perfection, just to make sure it is okay, because if I go in with that top coat and there's a little dip that I didn't notice, it's really going to show when you top coat. And then I use my buffer around the cuticle area. I don't need to use like a harsh file or anything like that. I just use my buffer just to smooth it all out. And then I use my buffer on top of the nail as well to get rid of any scratches this nail file has caused. that's the finished result. Let me know what you think. I did get some cuticle oil on the nails, but it will come off when she washes her hands. That's why they look a bit dull. But thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!